What did you say?
I said, that's a whole lot of pictures of places we've been. I never even realized we've been that many places. Till like you see the pictures.
How many? You watch this every 2 weeks.
That's cute. You think I watch it. You think I pay attention that much? That's adorable. It took me like 3 times before I realized that you did the lightning thing.
Really?
So, yeah.
That's interesting. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Straight Up Paranormal Partners.
Hi. I think we'll be fighting because you just realized I don't pay attention that much.
She don't pay attention. She don't care.
Not really. Hi, everybody. Oh, look, my baby's on there. Hi, Miss Angela. My apples.
Got a whole bunch of people on. Papa
I
Joey's
know.
on.
Mom
Kathleen.
and Dad.
Who else did I see? Vinny's on.
Vinny!
So welcome, everybody. We got a good show for you today. Fun, exciting show.
Some people y'all might know.
Really?
Too.
That's a first.
Instead of just people that we've just met.
Well, everybody say hello to Wendy and Carol.
Hey, guys.
You know them, you love them.
Hi, Wendy and Carol.
Howdy.
We had the pleasure of spending the day with Wendy yesterday at Vinny's house.
I'm so sorry.
And poor Rebecca. I wonder how she's doing this morning.
Rebecca.
Have we texted her?
No.
Did she wake up?
We probably should.
I'm sure Steve would give us a
He would tell us if she was dead, but
better.
she's hurting. She is hurting this morning. Whew.
That's that.
Yeah.
That's
She
that.
drank that whole bottle.
That's that awesome.
I heard.
It's the awesome whiskey that
Whew.
Wendy bought.
Yeah.
I would use a different A word.
Yeah, I gotta watch my mouth on here. Yesterday was a different story.
No, you really don't. You don't. We're not going to get censored, so I'm not worried about it.
You don't be
Not this
slapped
show.
by YouTube, mama.
Right. By the YouTube Nazis? Are they
Yes,
like
yes,
the HOA Nazis? Because
Yes,
they don't like
yes,
me.
they are.
No, they don't like you.
No.
You truly
We
don't
did
be
become friends, though.
Did you?
Sort of. Ish. We
So
didn't yell at each
not
other.
then.
We didn't yell at each other. So I'm going to say we were friends.
Well, friends in Lindsay's mind may be different than friendship
yeah.
in their
In
mind,
real life.
so-
It's just enemies that haven't taken a shot at you.
Yeah.
Right.
Because so we were friends. I
Exactly.
was pretty proud of myself.
I'm impressed.
Well, that'll be until 2 days from now when I start decorating for Halloween.
Oops.
Then I don't think we'll be friends
There
anymore.
it goes.
Really? How come I wasn't aware of
Maybe
this?
a week. I'll give it a week. I'll give it a
Wow.
week because I do need to fertilize the plants
Well,
before
it does
I put
take
all my
like 3
decorations
weeks for
out.
us to set everything
That's
up,
why we
so
have to start now.
We'll get in trouble for sure.
I know. I'm going to get in trouble. That's why we won't be friends anymore. It's okay. I'll
Just
pay
so
the
everyone
fine.
knows, I'm in Facebook jail again. Just if you don't see me posting.
3 weeks this time.
Oh, 30 days.
Oh, I'm
30
sorry.
days.
Yeah.
4
What
weeks
the
this
hell
time.
did you do?
Yeah, well,
She called somebody a greasy Mexican.
You pissed somebody off.
okay, let me explain.
It's
Okay.
not
for
even
anybody
that bad.
that might be offended by
She's gonna
that.
explain it to
I'm
you.
explaining it to you. I was called a white, basically trailer trash crackhead. So like, okay, that's good. Yeah, I've heard that before, And then I just, well, it's better. It's better than being my goodness. It's better than being a greasy monkey. As soon as I said that,
Mexican.
I mean, why did I say monkey?
Same difference. Same difference.
greasy Mexican.
Greasy Mexican.
If you said greasy monkey, you wouldn't have got put in
I'm
Facebook
not-
jail.
no,
Oh,
but
no,
you
that'd have been
know,
worse. She'd have got 3
She'd have
months
gotten like
instead
kicked
of
out.
one.
Yeah.
Possibly. You never know.
Greasy Mexican, yeah.
So
as
it's
soon as I said that-
okay to call you a white
Yes,
trash,
yes.
trailer trash, crack
Crackhead.
whore.
Yeah, well, they didn't say whore. You calling me a
Was
whore?
it crack whore or was it crackhead? Crackhead. That's fine.
God.
But greasy Mexican is not okay.
No, she just called
No.
me a whore.
Well, your wifey is
Well,
on here. So
Oh.
Wendy,
Wifey.
if the shoe fits.
yeah,
Ooh.
I'm
I'm
just saying.
wearing sandals
Just saying,
today, so.
just saying.
It's okay.
So it doesn't.
So she can
I don't fit.
slip into them.
No
Okay,
pun
we
intended.
digress
We do.
Yes.
again.
Yes.
So this is the
5
first
minutes
time
in.
we've ever had family on the show.
Like our group. Yeah,
Right.
I know.
So
Our
that's,
home
I feel
team.
special.
you should.
Woohoo,
It's,
you
it's
guys are
gonna
the
be
first
interesting.
ones.
Yeah,
Special.
that's exciting. Most of the time we have married couples on, and
Well,
this ought to be more interesting.
Well, you
'cause-
know what?
we're kind of
we're
married.
kind of married.
Exactly.
Honestly, truthfully, when her daughter was born, I handed out cigars.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
Sort of.
But
wait,
they
wait.
were bubblegum cigars, but they
But
were still
still,
cigars.
But we kind of fight like
Oh, yeah,
married couple.
when we fight,
Yeah.
but it's not a lot.
Really?
Okay, well, I try not to
See,
fight.
that's like being friends. See, Wendy's friends with you now.
I try not to fight.
Maybe she just doesn't care when we're fighting. Doesn't pay that much attention.
Maybe
to it.
it could be the reason.
See, she probably doesn't pay attention to realize that you're fighting.
Exactly. Exactly.
That
I'm
happens to me a lot.
like, damn.
She blocks it out.
See,
She's used to fighting with
She blocks
Darren.
a lot
I
of
block
stuff
it out.
You block a lot of
I
stuff
block it out.
yes.
Wendy's like, what'd you say?
Hey, you don't have our questions.
Were you talking? Oh yeah, okay.
We don't
sorry.
memorize them. Well, they're not gonna be the same questions though,
Why not?
because
I wanted to know what problems
We can
it's
hold hands
caused
if it'll make it
between,
easier.
if it makes
between
it
them.
easier.
Here, let's hold hands so we make it easier for
Well,
us
you-
to ask the questions. We're a couple.
Oh,
There
Yes,
you
we
go.
are.
All right, now get off me.
This should be, this
She's like,
if
"Don't
we
touch
hold
me."
hands as a lesbian couple, this will get you out of Facebook jail.
Ooh,
There you
good.
go. See?
Yeah, see? Facebook.
A good.
I'm a
good
lesbian.
thing. See, we're
You're a
lesbians.
lesbo.
And we're
Lesbian.
sisters.
Oh God,
Oh, Lord. That's how you ended up as a trailer trash hooker.
Facebook
Or-
is blowing up right now. I just know
Oh my god.
it. I just know it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. We always
well,
derail every show.
You guys are from the South though, so I don't know.
That's true. That's true.
We are from the south.
I'm just saying, you know.
It's just, you never. Now you're in
Feelings just
Facebook
got
jail.
I was gonna say if the shoe fits, wear it, but I'm not gonna say that. So
You know what? My shoe fits.
Up his ass. Probably
She said
would.
it. I did not.
hey, this is the first time the host ever got in trouble. I like that.
And not even from your
Not
partner.
even from my part.
That's great.
So tell our audience a little bit about how you guys.
Met.
No.
Well, when I came out of my mama's
And
vajayjay,
then she came out 2 years later.
that's how we met.
That's how we met.
No, how you guys got involved with paranormal.
Well, more or less how Carol got involved, because I think
True.
Wendy's been involved for a while. Before Carol, or not really?
Well, as far as like what you guys are doing now, as far as like going on
Yeah,
investigations and stuff, yeah. I
Okay.
mean, she wanted me to go with her because I mean, when we were growing up, we were two peas in a pod.
Yeah.
We were like, you know, frit
Yeah.
and frat. That's who we were, frit and frat, still to this day.
Yeah.
I mean, argue, fight, don't speak for 6 months. We still come together, and it's you know.
Right where you
But
left
we've
off.
always, the two of us have always had like this, almost like a twin bond,
Mm-hmm.
where we kind of knew when the other one needed,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and so it was always that we just kind of just went everywhere. It was kind of like
Yeah.
an unspoken word. We just did things together,
Right.
you know, and for a lot of years, we kind of separated for, you know, one reason or another. We didn't really get together. But when she started doing this, we had already been like, we've seen so many things in our past
Yeah.
and growing up, and, you know, that it was just interesting enough to, it kind of fell into place where I
Right.
just started going with her. It was never really a
Yeah.
specific moment
Yeah.
or anything. It
You know, like
just-
when Darren wouldn't show up too, things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Even when he would show up, but I'd always ask her. But it was like,
yeah, I used-
Especially when he didn't. You're like, hey, you want to come?
yeah, well, yeah. But she would always, I always asked her, you know,
Yeah.
like
But-
any of the things we do. But
But
go ahead,
it,
you're
it
doing
was
good.
never just a specific
Yeah.
like occasion. It just kind of happened because it was just natural.
Yeah.
So that's as
That's
far as
cool.
I know.
Yeah.
But she's got something else that
No, that's pretty much, yeah. It's just, we, like I said, we've always kind of like, have this connection, you know, even though, like she said, I mean, we can irritate the hell out of each other, but, you know, it's always, well, she's my sister, I'm her sister, and the rest of the family kind of went off the, you know, like, you know, went off the
Yeah.
cliff.
Yeah.
So, but with her, you know, when she's gone with me, and then there's been times where when she went with me, it kind of she kind of like puts me in a like she's well, I'm sure you're gonna ask questions about it, but she'll like when we do investigation stuff, she's more like, hey, wait, let's, you know, if you hear something, you see something, let's wait, you know, and I'm ready to just go right towards it.
Right.
And she's like, well, let's sit here for a minute and think about it or whatever.
See what
But,
else it does.
Yeah.
So Aragon says Wendy's sister's slightly off camera. I think you prefer it that way.
I,
Right?
I much prefer that.
We're lucky
I mean-
we got her on
you
the
get an
camera this
elbow.
much.
You get an elbow. That's what I give.
I mean, I have this view, but I don't think you want that view the whole time.
No, no,
right? So-
no. Oh,
no,
God.
no, no, no.
Oh.
No, not the whole time.
No.
Hey,
Not
we
even
got
for
her.
me,
We got
no.
most of her, so we're
Yes.
pretty satisfied with where we are right now.
So,
I-
so
she-
how far back do your experiences go from when you were
Oh, little.
kids?
Little,
or-
little.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
wasn't it that one? And for people who haven't watched all of our lovely shows that we have going on,
They're all lovely. They are. I love them.
what was the one where you guys were walking home from school or something, and there was
Yeah.
Something.
It actually started before that. We had
Mhm.
experiences where when we were little, we always took naps together,
Mhm.
obviously, because
Right.
that's it. You put the kids down nap
Yeah.
time. We're 2 years apart. We took a nap one day. We both had the same exact dream.
We
That's
think it was a
crazy.
dream because it was
It-
real.
It-
Almost. It was crazy.
yeah. I mean, it was like we saw our dad's head floating above us, disembodied
Yeah.
head.
It just like, and
floating
it was
above
our
us.
dad.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
And it was one of those things where immediately we started finishing each other's sentences
Yeah.
about what the dream was.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I
And
remember-
we were living in Missouri, so I couldn't have been more than 4
4 or 5. Yeah.
because we moved to Arkansas when
I
I
was
turned
7.
6.
And I was,
So
you were almost 6. I was, yeah. It was because remember me and Kathy used to talk about 7, 11.
yes,
and, oh, yeah.
yes, yes.
But yeah, so
So
yeah.
I was like 4, she was like
Yeah.
6, and that's kind of the things that were
started it.
Yeah, I mean, that I can remember.
I think that was the very first
anyway.
thing that
And that's
really,
the first
that's
thing I can
very
remember.
first thing. It was
Yeah.
like I remember we both were laying down.
It's
I
funny
think-
because your head was this way and mine was this way.
And
So
it
we were
was
kind of like,
yeah, and it was
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah,
that's-
and she's like, I remember we wake and it's like so clear, and
Mm-hmm.
and I was hoping you bring that up because I was gonna, if you didn't, I was
Yeah.
gonna bring it up, but and we wake up and there's his head. His head was floating. It was like it was at a dream, and she's like, yeah, you see dad's head, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, and we weren't for sure if it was a dream
Yeah.
or
And
if that
that
was just
was-
something to lead into what the other things that were
Yeah.
eventually coming.
Right.
which came soon.
And
after.
we I mean, the way I think about it sometimes, I believe that maybe that was because of him, since he said did some things that just wasn't good,
Yeah.
and maybe that was his
evil
evil
side.
side. Yes,
That
Was-
we were being kind of.
Was he around at that time? Was he? in the
Yes.
He
picture?
was
And-
around for about
Right.
another 6 months.
Yeah.
And then, because he used to hit our mom.
Mm-hmm.
He hit her with a gun. We hit her with the butt of the gun was the last
Right.
Straw.
because my brother jumped on him. He was like 17 or
Yeah.
something. But anyway, that's all a whole different
Yeah.
situation.
that's
But
a whole new show.
That's all your
it,
Arkansas
it
trailer.
always it always kind of felt like that was like a precursor kind of premonition, but
Right.
we both had it
That's
at the exact
crazy.
same time.
Hmm. That is
And
crazy.
at that age,
Well, not even at any age, just the fact that your brains, the random act of your brains being that in sync
Mhm.
and having it actually be a dream, having no involvement at all from anything else is extremely rare.
and that's what
Yeah.
that's the reason why I said, because that was what the exciting part for me to have Carl.
Yeah.
And I wanted to,
Yeah.
I would love to see him and his brother.
Yeah.
Because
We're trying.
one of the most fascinating things about Carl and his brother is the twin connection,
Right,
which,
right.
which I have a huge
Interest in.
interest
Yeah.
because I feel that, and that's the reason that was a question that I asked him. Do you feel like that siblings can have that twin connection without actually being twins?
Right.
Because
think
I
so.
believe that
I
Yep.
mean,
because we've experienced it,
Yeah.
know. So
I think it's, I mean, other than, especially when you get into identical twins, you have the DNA thing and everything
Mhm.
on top of that. But I think it's just a closeness. Like you guys grew up together, you grew together. It wasn't boy, girl, like totally separate. Like you
Yeah.
guys were together all the time, same as twins would be.
Mhm.
So I think that especially is going to
Absolutely.
bring you that bond.
because
as
there were
twins.
7 kids in our
Mhm.
family. I was the youngest, she was the next. Okay.
So you two
So-
were the babies.
Exactly. And we did everything together. our mom dressed us the same. I mean, like we had other family, but we just didn't, we weren't around.
You were them.
Right.
Them because they were older and they were
Mhm.
doing older kids things. So it was me and her
Yeah.
against the world.
Yeah.
Basically.
You know, like wearing the goulash. What is it? Goulash?
The
Goulash pants back in the day
the
with
gulags.
goulash. How you say it? Was it goulash? Goulash.
I can't
I'm like,
remember.
isn't goulash like a food?
Goulash is a food.
Yeah, well,
and
goulash.
it's yummy.
Mhm.
Oh, goulash,
Keith
yeah.
makes good goulash.
So
I think I still have alcohol in me from yesterday.
Got distracted on
it's the
food.
whiskey.
Yeah.
My bad.
So do you have connection with anybody else in your family like the connection you guys have, or no?
No.
Not like we have, no.
Nobody.
Hmm.
We have one
one
sister,
sister.
that's was she 4 years or
She's
5
4 years older than me.
than her, that we were growing up in the 80s, the
Yeah.
spandex, the big hair, the makeup,
Mhm.
you know the drill. The three of us hung out at that time, but
Yeah.
I was in my teens,
Right.
Yeah.
so I was the
You were
youngest.
younger, but she
Yeah.
was in early 20s.
Exactly. And we did the concerts together and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But we never connected with her.
Like that.
Like she was
She's
Whole
what? She's what?
different.
Almost 10 years older than you. So that's hard.
Well, and then she did have the experiences with us with some of the walking down the.
no,
um,
because she wasn't with us in the
Well, they would walk. She would walk with us
Not at the
sometimes.
school.
Well, not to school, but when we would walk down to Tony's.
That
and
road,
Oh
whatever.
yeah,
Whatever.
yeah. I mean, there was where we grew up in the backwoods, man.
Yeah.
Like in Little Rock, Arkansas. It was you literally left town and took a dirt road
Right.
for
Right.
miles to get to where we grew up, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So
That's
I mean,
the
there was
Kukui and Bigfoot all over there.
That-
all over that.
yes, yes.
all up in there.
But
Yeah.
you can talk about that
Maria.
story.
Oh
'cause that
yeah,
was
about the.
originally what she asked about. was
Well,
that
and then
story.
the one not too long after that in Missouri. Remember the little people?
The little people, the
In the
villages
ditch.
of little people.
I remember
Behind.
that story that you,
Yeah.
you were
And
sharing
I
one
don't
time.
mean like little people like this.
No.
I mean
Yeah,
like
they were
little
They
people.
were. They were like.
it's
It
like
was
the whole
weird
town.
as a
Yeah,
whole,
sorry.
and you could see the horses coming.
Yeah.
It was weird, and
And again,
it was
that
behind. It was behind where we lived at in the place where we lived at when we actually saw. So we were probably still 4 or 5 years old, 6
well,
years.
yeah, because like I said, I turned 6 when we moved to Arkansas.
So yeah, it was weird.
Huh.
Just little things like that, and then we moved into, and that's when that
But you
started.
said it happened a lot, right? Like it wasn't just one time. Like it happened.
No, we used
often.
to run like when it was time to go out and play. The first thing we did was haul butt to where
Yeah.
the little people
Yeah.
were,
Right.
and
Well, yeah,
we would
'cause it's
we
fun.
would sit
Yeah.
and watch.
And it was,
You know,
it was
that's-
me and her. I don't know if you know, you were young, and people probably say, "Well, you're young, you were
Yeah.
imagining this,
Imagining it,
area, you know."
And was it active imagination? It
Could
may
have
have been,
And especially
Were
with
we-
you two being so
Yeah.
linked.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Could have been.
what are the odds that the two of you imagine the same exact
That's what exactly, and you know,
scenario? I
yeah.
mean,
And be
that's
able to
just-
explain them to each other.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I guess
So-
if you think about like the twin link, maybe possible. Maybe a thought goes into one mind that's connected to another, and it could cause the other one to see the same thing.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you guys, so the incident with your dad when you were napping, that from that moment on, that kicked off all
Yes.
your
Yes.
future
Yeah.
experiences.
We
that you
kind of
guys have
started, I think, even at like 4 or something, I started paying attention.
had. Right.
Well, especially with
To-
something like that, because you're like, what just happened?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was,
Huh.
like it when I woke up, and I don't remember the full dream. I just at this point, many, many years later, I just remember that, and I remember us having the unreal conversation
Yeah.
after. I don't
Of
remember
two
the-
young
yeah.
little girls, like it was like an adult conversation almost. It
yeah.
was weird.
Right.
where
That's
we were
crazy.
just
That's weird.
finishing each sentence and explaining exactly, and it was
crazy.
just so it kind of puts the bug in your brain to go, wow,
How did that happen?
So
Mhm.
let's fit. And I'm a curious cat. Like
Right.
if I don't know something, I need to know it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I see something,
Especially if
I
you're
don't
interested.
And it's like I feel the need to know
Yeah.
the information. I may never do nothing with it, but I need to know why, what it
Yeah.
is or figure it out. So I think that was the start of me paying more attention to things and then in return seeing more things.
Well, and especially being so young. So if you have that realization so young, you still have that active imagination. You haven't put those walls or those barriers up yet because everybody's told you, oh, it's just your imagination, ignore it. Well, if you keep those walls up and now you're looking for it, now you're paying attention, those walls are just open.
Yeah.
And that's
So,
the
like,
reason
that's
why I
amazing.
never felt like the little people was an imaginary thing.
Yeah.
Because at that point we were already going, hey, what else is out there?
Right,
What's
right.
going on?
Yeah.
So I mean, it could have been a lot of people. There are a lot of people, you say something like that too, they pack up their stuff and they move away from you as
That's
far
right.
as they can.
Well, we don't need
know.
to say that like that for them to do that, but
Right.
hey.
Well,
I know.
that's- show up, say, hey,
Wendy.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we did. You're
Wendy.
right. Like, what? Oh, whatever.
Well,
Yeah.
what's interesting, and I remember the story you told on one of
I'll
our
tell you what that means.
episodes with TTABA was your UFO experience.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so it just didn't stop with
No.
paranormal
No.
with you guys. I
No.
mean,
I mean, and again, the UFO started in Missouri.
Well,
Yeah,
we did
remember
see 'em.
buying
Yep.
the rest of the family would, they'd like, oh, we'd see things in the sky, and they, us being little, we'd look up, and sure enough, there was weird things up in the sky.
right.
But when it really happened for us was in Arkansas. When the one, the storm and all that. But yeah, Missouri was
Other
kind of
than
like
the dream and
Yeah.
the little people.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as the
Arkansas.
UFOs and stuff, yeah, I mean, I remember seeing red lights in the sky
Nope.
in Missouri. And then it's little,
Yeah.
you hear your sisters and stuff like, look up in the sky.
Right.
Because our older sister, she was kind of like in the UFO type stuff at the time.
Our oldest, Vi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so it kind of started there, and then once we moved to Arkansas,
That's when
it really got
it really
wild
kicked
and
off.
crazy.
And I think again because the last 6 months or so that we spent in Missouri before we moved to Arkansas, that's kind of when we were coming into the realization
Right.
of what
There's
else is
stuff.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were
So-
we were older, getting older, and we
Mhm.
could understand that better. And it was like,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you hear a lot of times with twins, especially since you guys don't live near each other. You hear twins all the time when they'll say, "My sister or brother, when they're in pain, I feel it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you guys have that kind of a connection? To where-
Not as far as pain, I
Yeah.
don't really think, but when
We do kind of
like
know.
I know when to
like
call her, or
something's
she
going on.
knows, or she'll like, or if I have a dream about her, or she has a dream or something about me, she'll like, I'm just checking
She'll
in.
call me like I'll dream something really weird, and I get up really early for work.
Yeah.
So and then she's she'll call me midday just to tell me about an investigation or something, and we haven't talked for 3 weeks.
Yeah. But
And it's
that,
like okay,
something's
she knew that there was a reason to call
to
me.
call you, right?
Like stuff like that happens. There's been lots of times where we finish sentences and
Yeah.
things like that, but it's not as much like I'm a real empathetic person anyway. Like it's mostly with kids and animals though.
Yep,
Like
yep.
I can't be around an animal that's hurt
Yeah.
at all.
And we're both like that. I mean, when it comes to kids and animals, it's like that's
I
that's
can't-
the
I
spot
mean,
you can get.
She's a
us
little
when-
more, I want to help it, and I do too, but I literally physically cannot be around it because it
It hurts
physically
you.
hurts
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
when an animal or a kid, a person, I wanted to be like a detective, like a
Yeah.
homicide detective. I'm okay with adult,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
but it's
That's
kids
funny.
and animals that it's literally physically painful. For
Oh
me to
yeah,
be around.
it's just like a
Crazy.
terrible
Yeah.
pain.
Yeah.
It really is. For kids.
So-
So Aragon says it's like telepathic communications in a way.
Yes.
Almost,
between you
yeah.
guys, yeah.
There's some sort of link.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask, so how does it affect you when you guys investigate together? How does that
It
come into
helps
play?
so much because we're always thinking the same. Like when you go into investigation, you go in and you go, okay, where are we going to start?
Mhm.
Me and her kind of already, as soon as we walk through the door, we both
You have
head
a
to the
plan.
same
Yeah.
spot.
Mhm.
It's usually the
Like-
same area. We're like,
Yeah.
oh, and she goes, yeah, that's where I was going,
That's-
or vice versa. Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah. So
we were
it
thinking.
really helps because you pinpoint, because we both kind of have that, you can feel it,
Mhm.
or, kind of thing. So to have it helps put the feelers out a little further into where the area is, or hearing something or seeing something. If one of us don't, the other one does.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind
Right.
of thing. So it's kind of an extent. She's an extension of me. I'm an extension of her as far as investigating.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So,
Now, we've experienced with you several times you getting affected on an investigation,
Mhm.
and a couple of times it kind of made me a little bit nervous, to be honest with you. So, how do you feel when you experience that?
it
What does that
bothers
do?
me. It bothers me because you should never ever push yourself that far with anything. And
she's told me
I'm
stuff like that.
hypocritical because I do it with my work, because I have a real physical job and I do the same thing. I'm out in the sun
Yep.
and I push myself to
Too far.
dehydration or
Yeah.
whatever. And so it's hypocritical for me to say it, but it bothers me when you are that focused on one thing that you're not paying attention to something else, because you're not talking about a broken bone that
Yeah.
a doctor can fix.
That's called distraction.
But the weird
Exactly.
thing about it is because I have had experience with something trying to take over me.
Yeah, for when
Men-
she was younger. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, like
wow.
a really mental, like do some stuff that I
Yeah.
wouldn't even have thought of doing.
Yeah.
And I think because I fought that and I beat it. And
you
I
have,
still,
you have
I
a little more guard.
well, no, it's actually gotten me where I'm like, I think if something happened, I could beat it again.
Yeah.
That's why I keep pushing it,
Right.
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Well, it's kind of like you've got like an antibody towards it.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean? 'Cause
exactly, yeah.
She kind of like, because what she went through was
Yeah,
I was probably a year,
It was close to yeah.
about a year.
It was
that
close
you
to
went
maybe
through
6,
that.
8 months.
6, 8
It could
months,
have
yeah.
been
To
yeah.
where she was to the point of she had things telling her, kill your family,
Oh,
kill
wow.
yourself, do this, like a
Do you-
real
and it
evil.
Do you
was-
think that could have been your dad, since you said you had
You
that
know,
weird,
now you gave me chills. That's freaking weird.
right?
That
like
was
if
weird
that was
Because I'm thinking, I think we've talked about it. I've talked to her about it. That
or whatever was attached to
what
him.
he's got, what he
What he
did
had
in
attached.
the life of our lives with him, and it was something that was, I think, was evil and was. I mean, even that, not just hitting our mom,
Evil
other
begets
things.
evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
No.
think it carried on into
Well, it's
our-
going to stay in the house.
exactly,
It's going to
and
open all that up.
got lipstick on there.
Don't eat the
and-
microphone.
Wendy's kissing your microphone.
But
Because
yeah,
she doesn't have Darren to kiss. Hi, Darren.
Hi, Darren. Is
Oops.
he on?
He is.
Hi, honey.
Yeah,
She's making out with the microphone.
no, girl, like, no, I don't call him.
The microphone's a lot
Um,
bigger, though.
I
At
did- you know what?
At least from what I hear.
Oh,
I
what?
don't know what from
Wah,
experience.
wah.
Wah,
So he's
wah,
the
wah.
little pink penis.
I was just say, at least it's not pink.
Right.
I don't talk to nobody about anything, baby.
Mm.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you,
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Her nose
Keep
is
that to
growing
herself.
as we speak.
Oh, I mean, how's my babies? Oh, they're good. All right. So anyhow,
But
but
if
yeah,
that's in the house, that's gonna be in the
Yes.
house.
exactly.
And it's kind of weird because a lot of the other family members, if I've thought about, and I'm sure she has too. A lot of the other family members have a lot of mental issues as far as like
and a lot of anger. I mean, like
Anger. Yeah.
unforgiveness,
Well,
anger
for no reason.
for
well,
no
and
reason.
also, I mean,
Yeah.
think about, so you guys were younger.
Mhm.
You still had those doors open. So if you're one of those people who had that door closed, but you still have it there, you still, whether you're oblivious or not, I mean, take Keith. Keith doesn't feel anything ever, but he still sees stuff. He still hears stuff.
right.
So even with those walls up, there's still stuff there. So
Oh,
Yeah.
now you're one of these people who has the walls up. You're still seeing, hearing things. you're gonna have that anger. You're
Yeah.
still gonna have that, but you're not gonna know why.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where I think they don't understand. Why am I like
Get the Rona out of your throat.
they? I don't think they understand that because they're Christians. I'm a Christian. She's,
Yeah.
you know, we're
Yeah,
all
oh, yeah.
Christians.
Right.
But I think they take that Christian part of it as
Maybe it's a demon, or they don't
Yeah.
believe
Believe
in it. They
it,
think
yeah.
that as soon as
Whether
you
you
die,
believe in
you
it
go
or
to
not,
heaven,
it's
and
still
all of
there.
that. And I believe in all those
Yeah.
things.
Well,
I truly do.
Had your dad passed on, or is he still?
Oh
there?
yeah, he's
Oh,
been
yeah,
gone
he's
for a while, quite a while.
20 years?
Something, yeah.
So it's only recently, honestly. It wasn't
Yes.
while you were
No.
growing up.
No,
It
no,
wasn't.
no.
Okay.
No. My mom picked this whole up and said,
So
bye.
so it's not necessarily your dad's negative energy. It's whatever was affecting your
Affecting
dad.
him.
Could
What-
be affecting the
I
family.
think
as well.
I think his life source, as far as like the way he lived,
Yep.
the things he did during his life formed some sort
Kind of,
vortex or energy or
Well,
something,
or some kind of energy
Mhm.
that
while he was
and it
angry,
manifests into a
Yeah.
evil.
something that
Energy. Yeah. Who knows?
that didn't follow him around. It followed the people
But it
around
stayed-
he didn't
Mhm.
like
Yes,
anymore.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, right, and it's weird because my daughter, she
had
has
problems.
this, and she hasn't done it in the right now. It hasn't done it in a while, but
Yeah.
she was for the longest time, and I don't know if it was because of me, something that was attached to me at that time
Mhm.
when I was younger, and it because I still think it's around. I kind of think it's still,
Sometimes. Yeah.
but I know, no, get out of my,
Yeah.
Right.
away from
Go
me.
away.
But I think this thing is it's a shadow, and she would see shadow like at the end of her bed, or she'd see it walking through the house or
house.
something. But it was mainly at night when she would sleep, and she'd wake up and she's like, it'd be standing over, or it'd be at the end of the bed, and then eventually started getting closer to the bed until one time, her and her husband, she woke up and it was standing over her husband, staring at him.
Wow.
Like
Mm.
looking at him. So it was and then she hasn't done it in a while. I went in and I told her to get the hell out. This is
Yeah.
my daughter.
Yeah.
And then I told her, honey, you're going to have to take
You
control
have to
of it.
say it.
That's
Yeah.
the
But,
thing,
you know, you're going to have, and I think she's gotten rid of it right now, and hopefully it will be gone.
Or far enough away that
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
not.
But I think this thing was standing over her husband, like, you're my next, and I'm
Yeah.
going to. And so I have my grandbabies, and I kind of worry about them. That's why I'm trying to get this, whatever this is. Because
Away.
the paranormal is great, and I love it. I'm not going to, but whatever's in my family
Mhm.
and things like that, I
You
need to get
that
rid
to go
of.
away.
Yeah.
I need
You
to
don't need
go.
it following more generations.
No, exactly. Good Lord.
It's a
Stop
good
making
shot.
out with the microphone.
No, it's just kissing it. It's because she doesn't have her partner here.
I got
Yeah.
Danny in the car. I got
It's couples
Danny.
day, and she had to come with her.
I got
sister.
Danny DeVito in the car.
You should have brought it in.
Should have brought him up here.
That would be. That
You
would
could
be
have sat
fire.
on him.
Yeah.
Could have sat on his face. Sorry, y'all. It's early.
Keep it clean.
It's an inside joke.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So that's what I think. I mean, I don't think, and I think, Wyatt picked me, but maybe because I was
At the time, she was the
I was
weaker
weakest.
one.
I was scared.
And I don't
of
mean
it.
that
No,
derogatory.
No, not at all. I was scared
At the
of.
time, I mean, like me being the younger sister, I
You had to be
always felt
tough.
like the older sister.
Mhm.
Right.
It was, I got to take care of her. I got to make
But
sure
that's the weird thing because she feels that way. I think still now sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, but I was the more tougher girl. I'd
Mhm.
punch somebody in
yeah.
a heartbeat and it
She-
wouldn't even blink. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You mess with her, I'm going to punch
Yeah.
you. But she was more of the emotional or the more,
Support, sort of. Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
But,
why
yeah.
you're a good team.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask a question because I'm curious because I've seen it happen on a couple of investigations that we've been on, and I want to know how you both work around it or see it. I've heard you say a lot of times you may say it to Lindsay or somebody else. He's standing behind you, like you can
Mhm.
tell. You can
Yeah.
tell something's there. What do you see exactly? Because I'm like, I don't know if oblivious is the word I would use for me, but just that I
like-
don't see the things that you guys see.
Brick
it's,
so-
walls.
It's like in my eyes.
It's in your. It's like
in my head.
Mhm.
Good Lord, if this does not get out of my throat.
That's
Get the
what
Rona
he-
out.
she-
Get
that
the
came
Rona
out the
out.
wrong
That's,
way.
that's what she said.
Danny, get out of her throat. It's so I'll jump in and tell you what I see.
Okay.
And you see if you see the same. So it's not like a physical person like I see Carol sitting next to her.
Mhm.
It's like if you imagine something. So if you look at your room and you're like, oh, you imagine decorating it. You can
Yes.
imagine the
Mhm.
picture on the wall, the TV here, the bookshelves here.
Right.
It's more that
Yes.
than
I mean, that-
physically seeing.
Sometimes I
Sometimes.
have
Oh,
seen,
sometimes, yeah.
I have
Sometimes.
seen,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's where,
But it's
and
more
I don't think you have to, I think when people tell you, oh, I see this, I see that, when they're doing the paranormal, when they're doing
That's the reason why you see so little pictures.
Yeah.
and
Stuff.
and it's
Yeah.
not. Again, of course, people are going to say, "Oh, well, that's an excuse because there's nothing there and you couldn't get a picture of it."
and I'm not
but
worried
that's
about
not
that for other
true.
people.
Right.
So
It's as far as a lot of times it's a sense. It's like your
Mhm.
common sense that
Yeah.
you use every day to get through life.
and your common sense says don't
It's
step
not
on that
something
nail.
you could take
Yeah.
a picture of,
Yeah.
Right.
or
but it is, it's
videotape.
in the head, it's in your head, it's through your eye, it's more through my eyes, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
through my
See,
eyes.
mine's more in my head, more like imagining,
Yeah.
like decorating a room, like
And I
where
get
things are
that
going to
too.
be.
I get that too, where it's in
I
my
get
head.
that. I get that a lot.
But it's like, it's just, I see it in my eyes. So I guess it would be all part in that area, your
Yeah.
head, whatever. But that's what it is. And it's like, and usually, you could take something over there or do it, and you'll get a
Mhm.
hit off of
Mhm.
something, or you'll get a voice or whatever. Cause
I've physically seen.
Yeah.
oh yeah, we've
Like,
all seen.
No, we've
Like
yeah.
as you're standing
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to ask. So if she,
Mine
when
are
she's-
less rare like that. Where you
I-
physically
The
see. I see
physical
more in
one
my
was
brain
Actually, the angel of death
is more
was the only time
Okay.
I really saw like a full
person. Yeah.
blown. It's a person standing
Yeah.
there,
Let me go
but-
touch it. Yeah.
but it was hollow at the same time.
Okay.
And after I saw it, the next day, our cousin's son died of
Well,
cancer.
you can keep all that to yourself.
Well,
That you said that
I've
honestly.
only ever seen it once.
Well,
Could
so-
you just
Mhm.
not see it again?
But
for-
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of where I was going with it. So when Wendy had her experiences, did you ever see anything
the
around her?
shadowy, like it's not even a shadow. The one time that we were in the YMCA,
Mhm.
the very first time where you actually, or no, the second time, where you saw the shadow coming at you and you
Yeah.
ran out the door.
Yeah.
That was that room.
It was,
Ugh.
it's that
I hate
one
that
room where
room.
I kept
Ugh.
getting the EMF
Hate
set
that
and all
room.
of that.
Mhm.
That time it was kind of like, it was weird because when she saw it, I didn't see anything,
Ugh.
but when she
Gave
took
me-
off running, it was like she
Hate that
opened like a clear curtain and came
Mhm.
out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there was nothing there.
Like it needed
but
her
she
for you
looked
to see
beyond
it. Yeah.
something. You know what I mean? And when she chills.
I
Holy
know.
moly.
I'm like, I hate that room so much. It's
Yeah,
just-
but
ugh.
I
That
love the
was the
room
one
now,
time-
actually.
around her that I noticed something that was like, that's not normal. Like
Right.
it wasn't a shadow, it wasn't a
Mhm.
mist or anything like that. It just literally looked like she was coming out
Yeah.
of something.
Yeah.
And then
Interesting.
she became more clear after
Mhm.
she came through it.
Yeah.
So
That was kind
So Maria wanted to know, do you feel each other's pain? I think we touched on that a little bit earlier.
you know, like this physical pain,
like
or
physical
like,
pain or emotional
I
pain?
feel that right now.
no,
But she
I'm
doesn't.
not, I'm
You
not
don't feel it at
feeling
all?
her pain at all.
But like
Um,
emotional pain as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Emotional, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
emotional, yeah.
Absolutely.
Physical, I guess if one of us, if she was hurt,
Like if she-
physically, I could probably, but emotional, yeah. I mean, she's been going through some stuff last few
Yeah.
years that it's just like, it's
Stop
like,
abusing her and she'll be fine.
That's
I am
reason
Bring up
fine.
why I
Vinny's
do
question.
pitches.
oh, okay.
Hi, Vinny.
Yeah, hi, Vin.
My mouse is dying.
You have to click on it before we
Oh,
activate
there.
it.
Okay. Beforehand, is there a precursor to the experience?
Example, tunnel vision,
Seeing
seeing
a
a color,
color,
some
some-
type of audible tone before you actually see.
before I actually see whatever.
Before
for
something
me,
happens.
it's a little bit of a tunnel vision because if I walk into a room, I immediately gravitate to a specific.
So I guess
area.
that would be.
So I guess you could because you're not really paying attention to anything else
Anything
around
else, you're
you. You just
focused.
kind of go straight for whatever
Yeah.
it is. But that again could be just my curiosity and everything. you
Well,
know,
well,
so.
but then, like she said, when we do go into a place, that we both usually go
Gravitate.
right to the same
Yeah.
spot. So I guess
Yeah.
that would be kind of a,
general area anyway.
But when I see
Sort of
things
tunnel
in my
vision, I
head
guess.
or through my eyes, it's not even. It's just I get this like. It's like something just makes me do this. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Right.
It's
Just
not.
something catches you.
Yeah, something, and I don't see anything. I don't hear anything, but it's just
Yeah.
like
Something catches your eyes, and then
I'm like, okay, something's telling me look this way.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
See, that happens a lot too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like there's you're like, oh, what was
Or that
Yeah.
feeling that somebody's literally standing
All the
behind
time.
you.
Yeah.
all the time?
She
You
gets that a
know,
lot. Lindsay
I
gets
have it
that.
at home like that.
So what I think is interesting in what you're saying is, I know I've had experiences in the past where I could smell something. I don't see what
I
it
wish
is,
I could smell.
but
It's the Rona.
but my brain can paint the picture of what I'm smelling. Like if I smell a
Mhm.
rose, but I don't
Yep.
see a rose,
Yep.
I can visually see a rose in
Yep.
front of me. So I wonder if it's your
Ooh.
brain kind of doing the same thing.
Filling it in.
If maybe it's not a smell, it's not a sight, but maybe it's energy. It's an
Yeah.
energy. If you're looking at somebody and maybe there's an energy around them that you can feel,
Mhm.
so your brain then
Well, it
translates that into, hey, there's something there.
that's
There's
what your
something
brain
around you.
does,
Right,
right?
right.
Because if you get stuck with a needle, it's not you're feeling it here, it's your brain sending
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
something to
Yeah.
your finger and then back to your brain saying it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
so yeah,
You've
I
done
would-
this before. It's gonna
I
hurt.
would say that it would have to be
Similar.
a part of that. You know, like that would have to be something even though you don't see it, it's an energy that your brain picks up on and says, "Hey, this is what you're seeing. This is,
Mhm.
you know,
So it's not a physical sense. It's not a smell. It's not a sight. It's not a sound. It's your brain's taking that, whatever it is, an electrical wave, because we all know
Yeah,
it. We all
yeah.
talk about,
Yeah.
spirits being
Yep.
giving off
Energy.
electricity
Yeah.
and energy. So that's it's your brain's way of translating it, saying, hey, there's
Yep.
physically something.
Something.
I think that's why a lot of times in the dark you get that feeling that something's there.
Yeah.
Right. Or
Yeah.
you get feeling something's behind you when you're
Mhm.
walking in the dark. I think that's your
Well,
brain
and
picking
it's
up on
because
energies.
you depend so much on your
Mhm.
eyesight
Right.
and feel, touch, smell. That's what you depend on every day
Yep.
for everything.
Yeah.
So when you're completely enveloped in blackness, you can't see, you can't
see.
feel, you can't smell. Then your mind has to let
Open
you know.
up.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So I think that's the reason why you can get more solid feeling out of it because you've cut out all those senses and now your mind has to make sense of
Sense
it.
of it. Yep. Absolutely.
And that's why I like Vinny's experiment with the blindfold and the headphones
Oh,
and
yeah.
the spirit
Mhm.
box,
Yeah.
because you're taking away your sense
Yep.
of sight.
Yep.
Right?
You're
There's
focusing
no
on
smell.
something else.
So you're enhancing your hearing. So
Yeah,
when you listen
yeah.
to the
Yep.
spirit box, you
Yep.
can pick up on stuff. I really
Right.
like that experiment when we do that.
I love
think
that
I think
one.
that's
That's so
interesting.
cool.
Do
Yep.
you
So-
do you ever do where the spirit box is in another room that can't be heard?
Away from the person who
Away
has the
from the
earphones
person
on.
Huh.
that has the
Well, you still can't hear it
blinders
because
on?
they're on. It goes through their headset.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it goes. So they're in another. Like we would do it downstairs. They're downstairs
right.
with the spirit box and the headset. We're in here on a walkie-talkie, and the walkie-talkie's in there with them.
Oh,
So we're
okay.
asking the question.
That's it. Yeah.
They can't hear the walkie-talkie asking the question, but
That's
they,
I was curious.
essentially
Okay.
same
Yeah, 'cause
thing. Yeah.
I don't think that we've done that when you've been with us.
No.
so.
No.
Me and
Well-
Rebecca did it at the. It's called the Estes method. There you go. That's what it's called.
Yep. There.
Very cool.
Thank you,
Um,
Ben.
So we did it at the brothel. Me and Rebecca did. And what I found interesting was we kept asking, and Vinny has that footage, but I think it died halfway through. It drained the battery on the video camera. This was the day that I was telling the group about the window opening. Well, it wouldn't open, and we were like pounding on
Yeah.
it. When we left and locked up, we looked up and I said, "Oh, look, it's open again."
Yeah.
Like this
Oh.
much every
Oh,
time.
Yeah, that's cool, huh?
So
I wasn't
kept-
there, but
Yeah,
you
because
told
you
me
were
about
at
it.
the you were at
Yeah.
the jail.
Yeah.
So we were asking about the boy that stays there, the little boy
Yeah.
that we still can't get a name from, but we were asking about him. Every single person's response was what? Why? Why do you want to know? You don't need to know. Every time I asked that question.
Wow.
It was so crazy.
And that's the amazing part.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, so it's
From a
from a from a team in Estes, Colorado. Okay.
from a
So
is
what,
it like could it
used to
used to could?
So what Vinny did the last
Shut
time
it.
at the jail, which was kind of interesting, was we didn't use a walkie-talkie. We blindfolded the person with the spirit box and the headphones on.
Oh yeah.
And there was the group, whoever was on the tour, everybody got to
around.
ask questions.
Mhm.
Yep.
So you're getting the energy from all the people that are standing
That are
around.
standing
So
there
I thought
already.
that was kind of cool.
That's cool,
and
too.
some of the responses we got were interesting, but
I like that. I
Yeah.
really like that one.
yeah,
See,
it's a neat it's
Darren
a
used to
neat
could.
experiment.
Darren used to could hang out with us.
I heard it from my own ears last night, Darren.
He did.
Mike
Mike
could.
could.
Mike could.
So they called me last night saying I
Used
used,
to
to
could.
could.
Used to could. I told her if she tried
I'm
real
like,
hard, she might could
yeah.
again.
I'm like, used to could. Yeah, used to could. I like, never mind.
Over yonder, used to could.
See?
So funny.
It's the way it is.
It has to be a southern thing.
It-
Okay.
It's
Y'all are crazy.
definite. So
Bless your heart.
Bless my heart.
Oh, yeah.
But in a good way, not a mean way.
So, what would you say to date your favorite investigation you guys went on together? What would be your most memorable time?
I think.
For me was Arcadia. The first
Which-
time,
which
time I
time?
went
Yeah.
to Acadia. I've only been once.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I
that
don't think I was there.
That and the
I don't think you've been-
YMCA.
Yeah, I don't think you were there. Yeah.
YMCA was
That
awesome.
was with the little boy and yeah.
Yep.
But then the YMCA was cool because
The
we both
YMCA.
the first time we went, I think the first time
The
is when we
very
got
first time.
the guy laughing
Mm,
at that door, that area.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I hate that
So,
room.
Yeah, I think Katie was cool because
Acadia
we
was
we
something
did a
else.
lot of
'Cause we went to
investigations
the-
together on
We
that
went
one a
to
lot.
the cemetery
Yeah.
with the brothers,
Hmm.
and but that was because we went into different areas while the team was inside, the big
Mm,
building, and there was so much just
Mhm.
going on, like
Yep.
just
There,
floored
it's
me.
crazy because that place sometimes just going off like crazy,
Yeah.
and other times not a single,
Yeah.
not a single peep.
Yep.
And then the YMCA, of course, actually both times we went there has been pretty incredible.
Yeah.
That
Or
place is pretty
that
cool.
I've been there. I
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
say.
The
So,
place is cool.
Yeah, I'd like to go back to there. We only been once,
Mm-hmm.
so I would definitely like to go back.
Yeah,
there
you had to
again.
go there. That's that room.
That top hallway and that room, I'm not a fan.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna be spending a lot of time in Globe here in the
Yes,
next
we will.
6 months.
Yeah.
So,
It's really cool.
kind of excited about that. I know one of the most memorable times that I was with you on an investigation was when your ghost tube had that creepy,
It
Creepy
still,
voice.
it still has
Creepy
that
grandma
same
voice?
It still has
God.
the same voice, and I don't.
That thing
It's so
just-
weird
oh.
because
That's
it's
funny.
the exact same app, and my phone is no. I mean, it's a
different than any of our other
Samsung.
ones. Yeah.
It's
you
so
know?
weird. It's like you selected a different, like
Yeah.
Creepy grandma voice
If,
is what she
demonic
picked.
was a choice for a language or a
That was
voice,
it.
that was what you chose.
Yeah, that's funny.
I just-
Haunted grandma. That's yeah.
That was
that's
a
okay.
creepy voice.
Oh, that was so
The
weird.
first time I
Almost
ever heard it in the
peed.
jail.
I almost peed. I
that
was like,
you know,
Me and you were going up the stair. Oh, was it me and Joey that were going
No,
up
it
the
was
It
stairs?
was
Joey.
you and Joey, because
me and
Yeah.
Keith
You
were
and I were
standing by
together.
the screen, and I'm
Screen
like,
looking, and
what
she's
the
standing in the
hell
jail
is
cell.
that?
And what did it say? I don't remember what it said.
What was it? Hold on.
get
It wasn't
away,
get
out.
away
Or
or
no,
something.
I think it was something like, "Why do you want to know?" Or
Why are you here?
Why
Or
are you
something.
here?
Why you're here?
Why-
Yeah.
It was why
something-
you
yeah.
here. Yeah.
But it's
something
not.
like
It's
that.
not. Why are you here? It was why are you here?
Oh, it was like,
And me and Joey looked at each other, and the stairs was like, what
And
the
it was
fuck?
funny because I didn't even know she was in there. I had no
No.
clue. So I was thinking, what the hell? Because it was
Leave me alone.
Leave me
That's
alone.
what
That's
it
what
said.
it
Yeah,
Leave me
leave
alone.
me alone.
Thank
I knew
you,
it was
Joey.
like a
Okay.
phrase.
Yeah.
Or something. I knew it was something like that.
And it was that was creepy.
So you're saying every time you turn that thing on,
Every
that's the
time
voice
I
that
could turn
comes
it
through.
on right now. and
don't.
It'll be
Please-
the
I
exact
don't
same
like him.
voice.
He's so mean.
And
Well, I was
have,
curious because I was going to tell Wendy to open it and have her open it at the same time.
Well,
and see
the
what
crazy
difference is.
part is actually after that first investigation, I deleted it.
and redid it.
And then probably 6 months later, we went on another investigation and I
Uploaded it. Yeah.
uploaded it. And
Same creepy grandma
it's
voice.
the one that was at the
What the
YMCA.
hell?
And you said it was the same voice. And as far as
That's
I know, it's the same
crazy.
one.
That's just, I almost want to reach out, to Amy and see if they,
Is
do
creepy
they have
grandma
different
voice a
language,
choice?
different voices in there because it's just
Yeah.
But
just
mine's the
weird.
same. Yours is the same.
right.
Wendy's is the
Every
same. And
Joey's
hers
is the
creepy.
same. I mean, yeah. It's
And there's
just-
nowhere to change.
No,
there's
No.
nowhere
not
to
that we've been
change
able to
any kind
find.
of settings or
Mm-mm.
anything.
Nope.
Like I uploaded it on site,
Yeah.
and started using it that day. Like
yeah.
I
You're
literally,
like, I didn't mess with it. Yeah.
I didn't even know how to use it at that time because it was the first time I didn't even know about it till
Yeah.
you guys told me about
And
it.
Keith
so.
has more options than I do because he pays for it so he can record the whole time. I have
Oh,
to do
yeah,
it in
yeah.
snippets.
Yeah,
So he can pick like a color, but
Yeah.
there's no voice.
no, there's no
changes.
voice.
and there's no
That's it.
settings
No.
on the free one
No.
at all.
No, there's
So-
nothing.
And it's funny because when I started using it, until you guys said something, I didn't know it was
Because
any
you,
different.
yeah, because
Yeah.
that's all you know.
Yeah.
I had
That's so
no clue.
crazy.
I thought it was supposed to be like
Creepy grandma voice. Yeah, that'll freak you out for sure. You're like, man, they really made this creepy. Like,
I kind of thought it sounded a lot like me. So
Right,
it's personalized.
maybe it's
to me.
you.
That's just it was just weird, man. It just I got the chills listening to it, and then
Me and Joey almost fell down the stairs. We both looked at each other. What the hell was that? We thought it was you guys being weird or something. You guys are just standing there at the
Oh, I was.
at the TV camera going,
Yep, I was all frozen.
yeah,
like,
we're just like, what the
I
hell was
think-
that?
I
and then you hear her go, what?
Well, like I said, I had no clue it
Yeah.
was anything.
Yep.
I
You're
thought
like,
it was
what the
supposed to
hell
be-
is that?
Because
That
I
was
mean, you
funny.
think about it, it's
Yeah,
a
well,
ghost hunting app on a telephone.
It's gonna be
Let's make it
spooky.
creepy.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
that's
So
what
you
I
just thought you were
assumed.
good.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It doesn't do that. That's just you.
It's not right.
It's not right.
That's funny.
Sorry.
And
I'm
you can
not
keep
right.
that one to yourself because if
And-
mine does that, I'll be like, mm-mm.
I'll be deleting that app.
I already did once and
She
then
did it once.
re-downloaded it.
I'll be
so-
curious when
Didn't help
when we
any.
do the next investigation together. I'm definitely going to listen to you.
Well, we
Yeah.
need
And
to record
record
it
it.
and have
Yeah.
two of them. Have
Yeah.
her hold two.
Yeah.
And see how
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
voices.
yeah, we can do that.
And I mean, it could be the difference in the phone, like if you have an
The
iPhone
speaker or something maybe, but I have
you
a
know,
Samsung
something.
one and mine does not sound like that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be crazy if like it had to do with your energy, right?
Actually,
I mean,
it
yeah.
changes
have
it.
you ever let her hold the phone with the ghost?
No,
one?
but
No.
just
Oh,
as you said that,
that's a
just as
good
you said that,
idea.
you remember we were going to or from an investigation.
You remember when
it
you
was
used to could?
before. I think it was before. Yeah, used to. And it was before I got that app. It was before that, and I had my GPS going on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when it did that weird, like you take a record player and you slow it down.
Yeah,
Kinda. You
Yeah.
remember
Yeah,
when it
yeah,
did
yeah.
that?
Yep.
And I was like, what the hell?
that was weird.
And it did it for like the whole trip.
Yep.
And then it's never done it again.
Maybe it's you.
It's my phone or me.
I want to try that experiment. I want Wendy to hold your
I-
phone and open up the GhostTube app and see if it changes the
Yeah.
voice at all.
Alright.
And then
Yeah.
vice versa. You take her
Yeah.
phone and see if something
Alright.
happens. That would be a cool experiment
Yeah.
to do,
See what happens.
Oh, it's so
right?
weird. So we,
That
are we
was-
doing that later today?
I was gonna say if that really happens, that would
You
be
got to videotape it.
Yeah.
So that
Oh, yeah,
can
I
put it
might
on your
pee.
show.
absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That would be
Maybe I don't want to do that in our house.
no, I do. I
Not in
wanna
our
see it.
house.
Why
Can we
not?
Yeah,
not
we'll
do
do
that
it
in
in
our
the
house? We have
backyard or
enough
something.
issues already.
We can do
I
it in
finally
house.
got the
It's
man
fine.
to stay in this room.
Oh,
It's
is he in
fine.
there?
He stands at the door, but he won't leave anymore. I yelled at
Oh.
him.
I think he's in here.
I know he's in here.
We'll see.
I won't let
Well,
him go through the house.
yeah,
He freaks
could
out
be.
the dogs. He's mean.
I'm sorry.
I'll
Yeah.
investigate
So
for
I
you.
told him, fucker can't. If he doesn't want to leave, he
God,
has to stay.
I
She knows a good investigation.
I
too.
know,
I have
does
no,
she?
no problem with
Vinny.
I know a team.
that. You know,
I know someone.
Hey,
I know
speaking
someone.
of that, I
yes.
got some new shit.
yeah, we got 5 minutes left, so we gotta.
So, Vinny, I love you. Ghost Hunters Outlet.
Yep.
You want some cool stuff? I got a new little IR camera. It is chargeable.
Light. That's a light.
Light. Sorry.
Yeah.
IR light. I
That's
did get
an
a new
awfully
camera
small
too.
camera.
It is. It's a little baby one.
Hey, a GoPro smaller than that, so well, not the
So,
same.
This is the light. You have to charge it. It's not battery powered. You have to charge it. $30 or something. They weren't bad, but they have two settings. They have a low setting and a high setting. So it's one strip of lights or it's both strip of lights. And it is super bright.
Yeah. Cool.
Super, super bright. You can put it on the top of your camera. You can put it on the bottom of your camera. Super excited for that. So I got two of them because, they like
Yeah.
to drain batteries and I need a really good IR light.
Joey says he hides in my computer. That's a fact.
That
The guy he does.
That was so crazy. So it was this one night, and Keith and Joey were Zooming or whatever they do. I was at work, and usually when I come home and they're in here, I'll come in and be like, "Hey guys," and then I'll go back and do whatever I was doing, let him finish. So Keith's talking to him, and Joey's like, "Hey, Lindsay." Keith saw what?
I turn around. I'm like, what?
And he's like, Lindsay just popped in and then left. And he was like, it's 6:15. Like, she's still at work.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, okay.
Did you guys put that on another show?
We did. We
Mhm.
talked.
Okay.
We talked about it.
'Cause
on
I was
another
like,
We
show.
talked about it
I
before.
remember that story.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
And
talked
he
about
tells
it.
me, I was like, oh, that's great.
Which is so cool.
Oh, it
Crazy.
ran for 2 hours. Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh, the
Oh,
light
it's
ran for 2
2
hours.
hours.
Says it runs
Yeah.
for
That's
2 hours.
cool.
Then I got a new camera, which is a full spectrum camera. I'm so excited.
She
And
likes
it's-
showing off her toys.
And
I
it's
know, that's all
blue.
good.
Don't we
because I
all?
do too.
And it's blue. Nice little Sony camera.
Yeah,
Flips
so
open.
you can put it up.
Woo. You can turn it around. So this nice little double
Yeah.
screens of me. Look at that. Isn't that nice?
I
That's
know, look at
interesting. Wow.
Well, I got one
you
of
can
those.
flip the
It was just
thing
name
around.
Sony.
So
She's
excited.
all snooty now.
So
I got a Sony.
I got it.
I got mine's blue.
Oh, man, yes, mine's not blue, but
Mine. Usually blue means it has a problem though, right?
Yeah.
that's what I hear.
Wow.
We won't go there.
Yeah, don't go there. Used to
Epic
could.
fail. Used to could, not been blue.
Might could.
So I'm very excited to play with these the next time we go out, which will probably be New Mexico. Oh no, we'll go to Globe before
No, we're going
that.
to Globe.
Globe.
Globe before, then New Mexico.
Yes.
So I'm excited about my new toys. Thank you, Ghost Hunters Outlet.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a PSA if I ever heard one, huh?
That's pretty good. Does that get me a discount?
For all your
You already get it. You already get a discount.
That's because I had to go pick it up. It was cheaper shipping.
For all your ghost shopping.
For all
needs.
your
Like
ghost
ghost
shopping
shopping
needs.
needs.
Well, if I could take the mouse back, I could put up
Oh.
Vinny's little.
Sorry.
thing, so we can.
Now, hold on. Let's get to our, and then for all our ghost hunting needs. There you go.
There it is.
For all your ghost hunting
There you go.
needs.
See, that's the perfect shot of me right there.
Right there.
I'm so happy with that.
That's good. Just leave it there forever.
That's it.
But I
That's it.
I am excited because Vinny is getting a new spirit box noise canceller thing. Whatever it is officially called, Vinny. So I'm excited for that to come in.
Yes.
Because I hate the
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I love the spirit box to death. I can't
Yes.
I can't do it. I can't
It
do
kind of like embeds into your brain,
My-
and you kind of hear it when it's off.
Well, my
afterwards.
OCD, that's all I hear.
Yeah.
So I focus on
Yep.
that and not on what's coming through.
Yep.
It's not helpful.
kind of hurts too.
Yeah, it does.
It,
It does.
kind of like hits that nerve. That, you
Like
know,
that
It's like when you hit your elbow. That kind of feeling.
just kind of goes, yeah, it's
Yeah.
bad. It's all bad.
Well, we're out of time, so
We are out of
Right.
time.
I want to thank you guys for coming on today.
Yeah.
It's always,
Yes.
always a lot of fun hanging out
Thank
with
you for
guys.
coming
and-
into studio.
Yeah, we love having in studio guests.
Studio.
So you guys are with Ghost
In
Hunters
RCJ
of-
Production Studio.
in RCJ Productions.
That's pretty good.
Ghost Hunters of Southern Tucson. So once Wendy's out of Facebook jail, she can start posting again.
Yes, yes.
Or others, because she's not allowed to.
She's not allowed to.
I'm not, yeah.
So, And then if you guys
Wah-wah.
are always looking for other shows produced by RCJ Productions, we have always the Truth About Beer and on every Tuesday night with Papa Joey and myself.
And they are featuring all the Paracon people coming up,
Yes. Yep.
heading to
Yay.
Paracon in how many weeks?
Well,
8
it's
weeks.
No.
September.
No, it's the end of September.
It's like 5 weeks.
It's only like 4 weeks away.
like, oh,
4.5.
shit.
Yes, I
Yeah.
know.
Okay, I'm not ready for that.
So yeah,
Man,
check
can
us
we go
out
back
on
to 8 weeks? I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
check us out on Tuesday nights for that show. And then my dad's got a podcast, Bios to Books, where he features different authors, up and coming authors. If you're interested in some good paranormal reads, he has a few out now. Twice Upon a Time, and just released. I don't have a picture up there, so I do apologize about that.
The
Dad.
Soul of Juby Walker.
Soul of Juby Walker just came out. You can pre-order the soft copy of it, or you can get the ebook.
Do you know what I'm very excited about for that?
What are you excited about? For
You
that?
can order them on Amazon
Yes.
and Alexa will read it to you.
Yes.
That is amazing.
That's really cool. That helps,
I am
right?
super excited about that.
Alexa scares.
Yeah, she freaks me
Yeah,
out
she
too. I
can.
unplugged
She
that
can a
hooker.
little
She's
bit.
not allowed to be on in my house.
She's still on.
I
but-
am. Is she still
Yeah.
plugged in?
Yeah.
That hooker's been listening to me for like a month.
No, she doesn't listen to you.
She
Stop it.
does
She
so.
doesn't listen to you.
She's a stalking kind of hooker.
And if you guys are interested in finding ways to kind of take back your health a little bit, you can join me on my podcast with Highway to Your Health. Haven't done an episode ever, I don't think yet. Just been posting.
No,
little
but we're
stuff on
gonna
there,
need
so,
to
yeah.
because we need to like get a kick in the ass.
Yeah. And we do have a new show that I haven't put up here, which is very different. It has nothing to do with
Extremely.
paranormal.
And not allowed on YouTube.
Not allowed on YouTube, but we are on Rumble.
We are.
And it's called Coffee Table Chronicles. It's what our good friend John Phelan and Wendy Clausen, and they're going to be away for the next couple of weeks, but it's been a lot of fun, a lot of
Yep.
controversial topics we talk about, and
highlights of what's happening in the world.
Yeah.
So we kind of hit on current events and topics and that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And then we go into some different avenues
which we won't get into here.
we won't get into here. But if you are interested, go ahead. And it is on RCJ Productions, right?
Yeah, it's on RCJ Productions, and it's like I said, we're on Rumble. So if you guys haven't experienced Rumble, it's a neat alternative to YouTube.
Yeah, I have Rumble.
Yep. Go
Right.
ahead and go to channels and type in Coffee Table Chronicles and wheeze be it.
Yep, we're on Friday nights, so
That's
busy,
7.
busy.
I'm tired.
All
This
right,
is the
well,
week
thank
where
you
we
guys.
do all of them.
Thank
So
you
it's really
guys.
Thank
busy.
you.
Appreciate it, and
Thank you
Thanks,
for
everybody
coming.
out there.
Yeah.
we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.